everyone, welcome back to Club Cal Online. I'm here today with Jennifer, and we're going to take you through a quick little advanced handstand workout. So we're going to work today on handstand entrances and just build a little bit of that shoulder stability and strength. I'm really excited. I hope you are too. Yeah? All right. So before we get started, just make sure that you grab a PVC pipe or a broom. You can use a handle from your broom and a set of dumbbells. We actually have one of each. So we have a 7-pound dumbbell, 7.5 pounds, and 5-pounder. So we're going to be using that just in warming up the shoulders. So we're going to keep our elbows locked for this. So the lighter, the better. And you can even do this same exact exercise with no weight at all, right? And make sure that you've got a nice open floor, a wall, as well as a yoga mat or something to stick underneath your knees for some of the stretches and for some of the wrist stretches as well. Okay, let's get into this, yes? Okay, let's go ahead and start out with grabbing our heavier dumbbell, just one. And we're gonna work on warming up those shoulders with some Xiaopings. So she's gonna go ahead and come on up, squeezing those shoulders by her ears and then pressing it back down. And we just got 10 one direction. Actually go to the reverse now. And then that will count as one. So we've got 10 full reps of these. Yes, I know. Again, so she's gonna come up, palm face up, and then palm goes ahead and comes back down. She'll leave her palm down, bring it back up, and then flip it back up and around to the front. That's looking great. That was 2. Good. And just make sure that you're keeping everything nice and straight here. Your shoulders are elevating on the top. You've got a nice open wrist. You're not flexing the wrist or moving it this way. That's it. Is this number 4?
Yeah.
Good. You guys should definitely be feeling a burn on these ones. So take some time with it. You can always drop those weights as well. That's always available to you, or go ahead and come down and wait. She's got 5 more. Good. Shrug it up. Press it back down. Retract those shoulders as she comes back up and around. Breathe the whole time. Really try not to use any momentum here. So it's all just focusing on that shoulder joint, on that elbow, keeping everything nice and conditioned. So we really are trying to work that brachialis for all of the things that we do upside down. How are we feeling, Jen? It's pretty heavy. This is heavy. This is a very heavy weight. You can always let it go if you need to. We've just got like a couple more.
I think this is my stronger arm.
Perfect. Hey, it's always good to start out strong so that you can have a little bit of something to attain to on your other side. Yeah. Good. Okay, that was perfect. That was 10. Let's switch it out to the other side. Take a deep breath here. Shake it out. This should be challenging, so you want to challenge yourself as you're getting into this. Go ahead and come on over. And just remember, everybody starts out at a different level. When I first started these, I started out with absolutely no weights, and I started adding small weights every single time I would do them. So you can have like a nice gauge of what that looks like. It's looking good, Jennifer. You got it. Good. Really try and keep those ribs facing forward. Try not to twist back and forth. I know it's really hard. That's it. What are we at?
This is 5. This is
5. Halfway. We got this. So breathe into it. Really shrug up at the top. Bring it back down. And again, if this is the point that you need to go ahead and drop that weight down, totally okay. Almost there. Stay strong. Got this. All right, one more. Yeah. Almost to the good part. And okay, just release it down. Okay, shake out those hands for a sec. So go ahead and feel free to grab a lighter weight on this next one if you want to, if your shoulders are kind of fatigued. Fair enough. I like that. So from here, we're just gonna go ahead and take a sword position. So your palm is facing forward, and she's just gonna take it over and across, really stretching out that pec muscle at the top. And we've got 10 here. Good. It's like you're drawing your sword, but you're keeping your arm nice and straight the entire time. That's 2. 3, keep those ribs nice and engaged. 4. 5, feel that stretch. 6, 7, Jennifer makes this look so easy. 8, no. 9, keep those elbows straight. 1 more. And 10, all right, switch it out, other side. And 1, she's off. She's ready to do this. Get this warm up done. 2, 3, 4, that's it, really intentional movements. 5, opening up that pec. 6, 7, stay with it, almost there. 8, 9, last one, big push, and 10. All right, release that. Okay, we're done with those dumbbells, so you can get them out of here. All right, we'll grab either our broomstick or a dowel next. So we're gonna work on some shoulder extension here. So let's go ahead and grab that. We'll take it to the back side of us. And you're gonna go ahead and grab with your palms face out or face forward. And you might wanna take a nice wide grip at this at first, because this is usually a little bit tighter for people. So we're just gonna go ahead and come up and around with some shoulder dislocates. Good, and notice her elbows are staying locked the entire time. So we're just gonna do this for a little bit of time, kind of opening up those shoulders. That's it. And I like what Jennifer is doing. Each time she comes back, she's inching her fingers just a little bit closer together, trying to open up those shoulders. So don't be disheartened if you start out super wide and you may have like a slight bend to your elbow. The more open you start to get here, the more you're gonna start to be able to lock out those joints and really focus on that quality of movement. Looks great. Let's just do 2 more here. 1. That's it. Last one. Up and over. Breathe. And good. We'll stay right here. Now let's go ahead and bring our hands so they're right by our hips. That's it. Palm stays face forward. And we'll just show the profile right to everybody here at home. So that's perfect. Okay, from here, Jen is actually gonna start with her feet together. She's gonna lift up that bar. We've just got 10 here. That's it for 10. 9, trying to keep your chin nice and neutral. 8, looking great. 7, squeezing those shoulder blades together on the way up. 6, 5, 4, you're almost there. 3, work it. 2, stay with me on this last one. We're gonna hold it for 10, 9, 8, lift it a little bit higher. Squeeze those shoulder blades for 4, 3, 2, and release it down. Oh, goodness. Yeah, that's not easy. Again, none of this stuff is. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and take our feet together again. She's just gonna come pike fold all the way down, trying to keep those shoulders squeezed and bar lifted high. So she's gonna lift the bar high, hands by the hips.
Oh, by the hips, okay.
So lift it high again, and then she's gonna come down. Perfect. That's great. And as she comes back up, she's gonna fight to keep that bar up as high as possible. Keep it up, keep it up. And if you've got a partner at home, hey, they can keep you accountable by showing which way your shoulders are, trying to lift it high. That's it. Good. Come on up. We've just got 2 more here, okay? The more warm you get, the closer your chest can start to get to those thighs. And last one, we're gonna hold it. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and then stay with me. Come on up and try and lift that bar high, high, high. Lift, lift, lift. For 5, 4, pull it off my hands. 3, 2, and release down.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. Wow describes it so perfectly. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab a drink of water if you need to. We're gonna grab our mat. We're gonna put it onto the floor here for some wrist push-ups, some of our favorite things to do. So we'll come down onto our hands and knees to start. So let's just start by just opening up those wrists a little bit. So what I like to do is just come on up to that first knuckle and then back down. So just come on up and down for as fast or as slow as you would like. I tend to like to start out slow just to open up all of the metacarpals and really get a nice stretch in there, but the more warmed up you get, you can start to take it a little bit faster so you feel a nice burn in your forearms. Looking great. Looks good, Jennifer. Good. And come on up and hold it. And release back down. Let's go ahead and take fingers back and just lean back. A lot of times we get super duper tight in our wrists, especially when we are on our hands all day long, right? Yeah. Am I right? I'm on my hands all day long. Are you?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah. We're pretty much always practicing handstands, so you got to give your wrists a little bit of love.
Yeah.
All right, and from here, let's go ahead and just take our hands out, and we're just going to try and grip like an imaginary like door handle or something in front of us. What would this be called? Who even knows?
I don't know.
But you're just trying to like bring your fists back and your fingers back to your hands as much as you can, keeping those elbows nice and straight.
I think sometimes they call it torture.
Yeah, it is torture. That's for sure. All right, make that fist. We're just gonna go ahead and take our hands onto the ground here as much as you can. Now it might be pretty tight, so you might be out here like this, but really try and straighten out those elbows, roll the eyes of the elbows forward, and keep that fist as much as possible just to get a really good stretch here. You can lean back if you want to. All right, so let's do some wrist push-ups. Okay, so we'll start out the first one. Jen can start on her knees first, but you guys can always scale this to being on your toes. If you feel like you can have a pretty good form, you can always come to your toes on these. So the first one we'll do is just gonna be on the wrist here, coming out to the side, and then elbows bend down. All right, so Jen, go ahead and get started here. She's gonna come down, that's it, and back up, and then on the way down, make sure that you're opening up those hands, and then yes, perfect, good. For 2, try and keep those shoulders right on top of the wrists. 3, looking good. 4, 5, and if this is too hard, you can always start to bring those hands a little bit closer to your knees. That's a nice way of scaling it. And then alternatively, if you need a little bit more here, you can start to come and bring those knees back or come all the way onto your toes. 2 more. Try and lock it out at the top all the way. Oops. Come up onto the feet. Yep, just like that. There you go. There we go.
There you go.
Yes. Sometimes it gets a little bit tricky, especially when you're moving your wrists in a million different directions. Okay, and last one. Okay, so the next one we're gonna do is we're just gonna come, again, we're gonna come up onto that metacarpal ridge, and then we're gonna come down, and then come again onto that metacarpal ridge. So we're just getting a nice little push-up / wrist workout in here. Perfect, and come on down, elbows in, good. Back up for 2. That's it, Jen. Try and keep those shoulders away from the ears. 3, right there's fine. 4, 5, last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're gonna release that for a second. How are you feeling?
Good.
Okay, good. Next up, we've got wrist rockers. So again, you're gonna start with your knuckles, like you're doing a fist here. You're gonna roll all the way to that first thumb. Then you're gonna go ahead and come all the way down, bringing your chest as much as you can, and then rolling it forward. So if you wanna scale this one, you can always bring one foot out, or you could just do both of them if you feel like it. I'm not quite there yet today because I haven't warmed up, but let's go ahead and get started on our knees for this one. Okay, forward and down. And this is great. You guys can have a pace of whatever you choose at home. You can do these pretty quickly, or if you want to spend some time like Jennifer and kind of like, you know, feel out that movement. I love how she's really feeling each of the positions. You can do that as well. Looks great. Let's just do about 5 more here. Almost there. 2 more. And good. All right. Let's come on out of that. All right. Are you ready to get up onto your hands now? Do you feel pretty good about this? Okay, great. So this is a great opportunity to find yourself a wall. We've got these wonderful windows behind us. Just make sure that you've got a nice open floor plan as well. So if you're working these things in the middle of the floor without a wall support, that's great. Just make sure you're not going to fall over on someone or something. Cool?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Let's come on over to the wall. So first thing is first, we are going to do handstand kick-ins. So all of these movements will be started with our hands on the ground. So we'll just start first. Jen's going to get set up. She's going to face the wall here. She's going to set her fingers up. Hands are shoulder width apart, and she's going to lift one leg and the other, and then go ahead and hop on up. She'll do one side and then the other for 5. 4, good. 3, and she doesn't even need the wall. 2, last one. Good, and other leg. Usually it's our non-dominant leg, so it might look a little funky at first. Okay, that's it. And then she'll finish out her 5 on this side. Good, all right, one more. Perfect, okay. In the middle of that, we'll take a nice little stretch, a front split stretch, so let's come on over here. And she's just gonna bring her right leg forward. And depending on how warm we are, I like to come to this stretch first, then I just move my hips back. You guys can feel it out at home, this might be plenty. We're just gonna open up those hamstrings, and if Jennifer wants to, she can slide it on up to her front splits. Great. This is a nice way of opening up those hips right after we do our handstand workout. So we'll do this in between just to get a nice little break before we go into the next set, okay? All right, other side. Beautiful. I love it. Use this time to grab some water too. Just let the body reset. The important thing to remember in handstands is that we need to have quality versus quantity on a lot of stuff. That way you're practicing that quality of movement as opposed to being really fatigued and not getting a very good practice in. So we can always do that at the very end. Some of the more conditioning drills. Yeah. All right. All right, let's go ahead and do a single leg tuck up this time. We're going to use this wall over here just to make it easier. So same thing. She is going to come on up to the wall, sit up the same way. One leg lifts. You're totally fine. And she's just going to single leg tuck it up. Beautiful. Now, the more confident you get with this one, the more you can start to really bring that knee into your chest to just kind of help you find the balance here. That looks great, Jennifer. And I love how she's being very deliberate. She's even bringing her toe to her knee, which looks great. I mean, Jennifer has a great handstand, so this is not hard for her. It might look a little bit different for you at home. That's okay. Yep, we'll go ahead and get set up with the other side. Switch legs. After you've got 5 on one side, do 5 on the other. Beautiful. 2. And one side, of course, is going to be better than the other, as it always is. 3. 4. And 5. All right, come on down. We'll find our stretch on the mat again. This time we'll just take a quad stretch. So we'll come down. You can bend one knee and just lean it back. If your knees are really tight, you can always set up onto a block, which helps to take some of that tension away. Yeah. Yes. Breathe into it here. Just make sure both of your hips are nice and rolled onto the mats, and press that knee down as well as you're keeping that left hip engaged and onto the floor. I love it. Yeah, take a nice stretch. If you've got a cat, maybe call the cat over. I know Jennifer is missing her cat right now. All right, and let's go ahead and switch sides, other side. So bend that right leg this time. That's it, make sure that your heel is right next to your glute. And she's gonna bring her knees together and come on down. And again, you don't have to come all the way down if you're not this flexible. Take it at your level because flexibility, like everything, is a journey. It takes a little bit of time. Good. Come on up. All right, are we ready for our tuck-ups?
Yeah.
Huh. All right, let's do it, sister. Come on over to the wall again. This is a great one, again, to use a wall with because it's nice to be able to gauge how much kick you need to get up. So she's gonna set up. Her hands are shoulder width apart again. And actually for this one, get a little bit closer to the wall. That way you're not arching into it as much. She's gonna come onto her tippy toes, take a nice little bend in her knees, and shoot her butt up. Oh, that looks so great. And back down. We've got 5 here. That looks so awesome. I mean, she makes this look so easy, you guys. This is not easy. This takes some time and some practice.
Not easy.
Not easy. And Jen, show what it might look like if they can't get all the way up. So maybe just do a donkey kick, like just a couple, like just, yeah, right there is perfect. Yep, the knees can come out if you want to. If you want to try and put them in together, you can as well. Just don't come all the way up. Yeah, just like that. That's perfect. I love it. So you kind of have a different variation based on where you're at with this one. Cool. Let's come on over here again. Let's go ahead and take a nice pike fold. Stretch it out. Yes, breathe into it. That's great. And like after this one, we've just got one more set of all of that. But the next step, we've got straddle ups. And Jen's strong. So I think we're gonna just go ahead and move right into the next one.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Same thing here. She's gonna go ahead and set it up. And I won't get kicked, don't worry. Beautiful, and come back down, that's beautiful. She'll do 4 more like this. Notice how Jen really tries to fight to keep those hips on top of her shoulders. So a lot of times, like if we're fighting for this position, we will not quite get our hips on top of our shoulders, and there'll be a lot of like action with the hips. Yeah, like that, or like arching into it. Yeah, exactly. So this could look a many different directions and many different variations, but you know what? Like we're fighting just to kind of keep that consistency as we go here. So we'll take a straddle stretch real quick. Beautiful. That's it, and come on down. And again, I always like to use the breaks in between my handstand training as a time to stretch out, especially my legs, because I know that's not a muscle group I am actively working as much. So that's why we leave the shoulder stretches to the very end, so that we can really start to activate those muscle groups first, and then we'll stretch them out at the very end. Good. And this next round, we are not going to be taking a break in between each one, so that's what's really great about this time. All right, good, good. Let's go ahead and get started. We'll do our kick-ins first. Yeah. 5 on each side. You feeling good? Yeah. Okay, Jennifer, woo. Let's get this going. I'll have you do the same thing. We're gonna move through all of them. We can take a quick break, like a breath or a pike fold, but we're just gonna try and push ourselves here, okay? Okay. You got this. 1. That's it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, other side. You're doing great, Jennifer. You got this, girl. I'm right there with you. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Keep going. 4. And 5. You guys can feel free and take a quick pike fold if you need to. Just stretch it out a little bit here. Let everything go. Try and release those hamstrings out. I know for a lot of us, flexibility can be challenging, so it's always nice to be able to take a nice little stretch to help us with our next sets. Okay. Yeah, single leg tuck ups first. Yes. Good. 1. That's it. 2. I love it. 3. 4. Really fight to keep that core nice and engaged. Good. Other side. For 1. 2. We realize you might be getting fatigued right now, and that's okay. Just keep pushing through. 4. Last one. And 5. This is actually a little bit of cardio too.
It's a lot of cardio.
Exactly. Perfect. She's going to take a nice straddle stretch here. You feel free and do the same. Breathe into it. Really try and keep those knees nice and squeezed and locked as much as possible. All right, and now we've got our tuck ups. Yes, my favorite one. This is actually the most challenging one for me.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, perfect. This is why we're working it. Just 5 of them. We got this. 1, yes. That's okay, and you can always just come to that regular tuck too. You don't have to come all the way up, especially if you're starting to get a little tired and fatigued. Do what you can to keep it moving. Nice, Jennifer. Get it, girl. Woo! Yeah.
It's a big jump.
That was pretty impressive for me over here, just watching that. Good. Take a quick, just shoulder stretch or shoulder circles before we do our very last one. We just got our straddles, and that's it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we got this. Yeah, she's in it. She's in it for the win. She's totally ready for it. All right. Looking great. All right, we've got 5. That's it. Beautiful form. 4. Remember to keep that core nice and engaged at home, okay? 3. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe. 2. 1 more. Big push. And awesome job. Okay, that was phenomenal, girl. Fist bump. Love it. Okay, let's come on over to the floor. We've got just a little bit of core work before we finish out with just a little conditioning. So first thing is first, we're gonna do our hollow snaps.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead and lay nice and long. And from here, everything is nice and loose, of course, but the heels are together, the arms are out, and then she's got a nice arch underneath her low back here, which is great. That's how you wanna start this movement. Now, a snap would just be to flatten out the back and then lift the hands and the feet, just like that. And then we'll come back down. We've just got 10 of these. All right, and 1, 2, she's off, guys. 3, 4, this is challenging, we get it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, listen up. We're gonna go into tuck ups next. 10, and tuck ups for 10. You got this, girl. Yes. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We've got 10 straddle ups. Stay with me. Do the best that you can. And 1. You got this, Jennifer. This is so good. 2. Yes, you got this. The best that you can. 3. Beautiful. 4. Really keep that core engaged. 5, 6. Yes, almost there. 7. Stay with me. 8, 9. Last one. And done.
Oh my God.
Girl, yes. You killed it. You guys killed it at home too. We know you did. All right, let's come on to our bellies. You're doing really good. Come on to our bellies. Let's just take a nice little stretch really quickly. So let's take a steel stretch. Hands by your hips and just press up. Just breathe it into it here. Lock out those elbows. And just bring those shoulders away from the ears. We've just got just a little bit of conditioning on the back here before we finish out with just a little handstand conditioning to wrap everything up. All right, let's go ahead and take our arch snaps. So she's gonna bring her arms out, her feet together, glutes are nice and engaged, and from here she's just gonna do 10 arch snaps. And 1, good. 2, 3, that's it. 4, 5, you should feel your shoulders burning. 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and we're gonna hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, fight, lift it, for 3, 2, and release it down. Oh gosh, you know what? That was really beautiful.
You're killing me.
All right, let's go ahead and come on up. Are we ready to get some conditioning in now?
Are we starting conditioning?
Yes, just one last push. So on these next ones, you guys, there's like a few different variations, which we will definitely show you. What I would love for you to do is do as many as you can with good form. Keep track of what you're at, and then you can either progress in the progression or in the number of reps that you do. So you have a little bit of flexibility here. What I want you to do is to push yourself to really feel a nice burn in those shoulders. And this is great. This is how we end our workouts. So let's go ahead and come on up to the wall. Jen's gonna show the first variation first. Plank position, she's just gonna do shoulder taps here. So you guys can do as many as you can, keeping that core nice and engaged. Everything is nice and tight. Now if that's too easy, we'll come all the way up into the wall. And she's doing a great job coming up onto the window. And then from here, she's just gonna lean side to side. So she's just gonna show what that looks like side to side, just kind of putting the pressure on each one of the shoulders. And then you can do as fast or as slow as you like. And the next variation would be shoulder taps. So she can find her shoulder tap. She can give a little bit of like lift to the legs. That's it, I love it. And you guys, the better we get with this, we can start to get everything nice and tight. You can even bring your feet together if you want to. Looks great. Nice job, Jennifer. Thank you for showing. You guys get going on that. Do as many as you can. Let us know how you do. Make sure you guys always hashtag, start the conversation on social media. We love to see your progress. And yeah, we had fun today.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys again very soon.